Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Triple Dark theme team in the Open Ultra League. Now this team did work amazingly well for me. I went 15-5 with the team at Legend ELO, and today we'll be showcasing a 9-1 run with the team. The team consists of Poison Jab, Alolan Muck on the lead, Hyper Beam Obstagoon as the safe switch, and Scrafty as the closer. And this team, despite consisting only of Dark types, honestly felt really strong in the current meta. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at the Triple Dark team in action. Hopping into the first match, and right away we are going up against some spice. We have Poison Jab, Alolan Muck into XL Pelipper. I found that if you're running Poison Jab, a lot of people may expect the Acid Spray, so I am going to go for the Dark Pulse. We successfully land it, and the opponent brings in Greedent. And this is why it's so nice to have two counter users in the back, as there are a lot of Steel types and Normal types in the Open Ultra League meta, and counter users can absolutely shred through them. Unfortunately, my switch was a little slow, which is pretty bad when you're going up against the Greedent. Greedent is one of the spammiest Pokemon in Go Battle League, so if you make a slow switch, that can be pretty rough for you. Here, they're pretty low, so I'm thinking I can probably farm down and get greedy. Unfortunately, because I switched so late, I am unable to do so, and I don't want to commit the shield, so I actually let myself go down, and I farm with the Alolan Muck. Pelipper comes back in. This could be the Hurricane. I decide to respect it, just the Weather Ball, and now I am going to go for the Acid Spray. They're low enough where an Acid Spray might actually threaten, so we are able to force the shield, which is very nice. And from here, I believe this should just be a Weather Ball. So we are going to tank that Weather Ball. What's in the back? They have Gourgeist, we have Obstagoon, and the opponent surrenders the match. Alright, hopping into the next match. Poison Jab, Alolan Muck into Giratina Origin. Now that is not something you see every day. More often than not, you are going to be seeing the Giratina Altereds, and our whole team absolutely destroys Giratina Origin, so we're in a pretty good spot here. I do overfarm slightly. I am worried about a catch, and we'll go for the Dark Pulse. This will be doing massive damage. We do force the shield, which is nice, and now we're going to save switch into Obstagoon. The opponent doesn't switch out right away, which is nice. I will be able to connect with the Night Slash, but they make a very nice catch onto a Charizard. Very nice timing by the opponent. Unfortunately, since I have already thrown a Night Slash, I'm not going to be going for the Hyper Beam. Rather, since I do have shield advantage, I'm just going straight Night Slash, and on top of that, we get the boost. That's very nice. My opponent does bait, which is a nice play by them, but since I have a boosted Obstagoon, I am definitely going to be shielding it up. We shield up, we farm down, and they have Regirock in the back. So unfortunately, their remaining Pokemon really do not like Obstagoon. And even though I don't have Cross Chop, these boosted Night Slashes are absolutely tearing through the tanky Regirock. Going for another Night Slash. We get the shield. Now we're going for yet another one. Being able to farm down that Charizard is paying dividends. We have so much energy. We farm them all the way down, and the opponent resigns the match. Alright, hopping into the next match. A terrible lead. Poison Jab, Alolan Muck into Galarian Stunfisk. We save switch into the Obstagoon, and we bait out a Talonflame. Now, you might be wondering, HomeSlice, why are you running Hyper Beam on your Obstagoon? Well, a lot of people have a tendency to not want to shield the first charge move in case I get the Night Slash boost. But I don't throw the Night Slash. We go for the Hyper Beam, that plus a counter, able to take out Talonflame. We have flipped switch advantage, so we are going to be able to align our Scrafty with the Stunfisk. Unfortunately, they have a Swampert in back, so their remaining Pokemon are both ground types, so my Poison Jab Alolan Muck has basically no play. So at this point, I need to bring in the Muck just to get some usefulness out of it. If nothing else, it will just soak up energy. They go for the Earthquake. It does its job, it soaks up energy, and now we bring in the Scrafty, and we are going to start ramping up our counters with these power-up punches. And from here, we should be in a pretty good spot to close the match. After this power-up punch, they shouldn't be able to reach another move, so they'll switch, but they're bringing a Steel into a boosted counter user, so this is going to get very rough for my opponent. Even though they still have two shields, Scrafty is absolutely devastating in the end game. And that's the nice thing, is we were able to bait out the Talonflame, which is the Pokemon on their team that probably does the best against Scrafty. We were able to flip switch, and now Scrafty absolutely tears through the Galarian Stunfisk. And since our counters are boosted, we are just going to be able to farm down the Swampert as well. Although, honestly, we leave with the Power-Up Punch. We don't even need to. Not even risking it, going for the boosted Power-Up Punch. Scrafty closing strong, and that is a good game. Alright, this is a bit of a tough Pokemon, leading into a Defense Deoxys. They save switch into Skuntank, and we are going to bring in Scrafty, and we are just going to start ramping up our counters with the Power-Up Punch. Now, Skuntank in the Ultra League is pretty tanky, so I am going to be letting the first one go here. And they go for a return! Oh my goodness! Absolute spice moveset from the opponent. You'll love to see it. We're going for the Power-Up Punch, and now we are going to have to commit a shield, but I'm going to try and farm down and hopefully leave with a foul play to throw at the Defense Deoxys. I need to preserve switch advantage. We farm down, and we just can't get to the foul play. That is unfortunate. I have to throw the Power-Up Punch and hope that my opponent lost count. Going for the Power-Up Punch, and this shield. That is massive. We bring in the Muck. They have their own Obstagoon, and I'm going to save my energy on the Alolan Muck and bring in my Obstagoon. Fortunately, they have Night Slash like I do, so I don't have to deal with that double super effective cross-chop damage. We are going to be going for a Night Slash of our own. They elect to let it go as well. I keep farming because ideally, I actually want them to take me out. They go for the Night Slash, they undercharge, and it's a simultaneous KO. And now we have the Alolan Muck back against the Defense Deoxys, and the Defense Deoxys was not able to get any extra farm. I am going to let this go. I am going to try and save my shield. I'm thinking that the opponent may try and call an Acid Spray bait, so I'm thinking I have to go for the Dark Pulse. Going for the Dark Pulse, no baits. The opponent calls the bait. We went for the nuke move. We're able to take out the Defense Deoxys, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, Alolan Muck into Mandibuzz. They save switch into Galarian Stunfisk, and we are able to bring in our Scrafty. I will say, for all these battles, I did run Acid Spray on the Alolan Muck. I can see why some people do choose to run Sludge Wave, because especially against tanky dark types, if they get switch locked into your Alolan Muck, only having Acid Spray can be rough, because you're very reliant on fast move pressure, which typically involves you expending shields. So I do see it both ways. Now, they bring back in the Mandibuzz, Scrafty able to get to a Power-Up Punch, and the counters plus the Power-Up Punches will add up and start to do some significant damage onto the Mandibuzz. Aerial Ace comes through. Scrafty is very bulky in the Ultra League. We are able to tank that Aerial Ace, no problem. Go for the Power-Up Punch, and now we're able to get the Mandibuzz below half health, and since they're Snarl, they're having a tough time farming us down, so they're forced to throw another Aerial Ace. Now here, I am going to bring in the Muck. They have a Scavalier, and I switch in the Obstagoon. This is terrible, as unfortunately our one Escavalier counter in Scrafty is dead. We're able to land the Night Slash, which is very nice, but now things are looking very dire. We shield up the Drill Run, and I need to get off this Night Slash to try and force the shield. But things are looking rough, as both of my remaining Pokemon get absolutely bodied by Escavalier. We do have some energy on the Alolan Muck. I am going to be shielding this up, and then I'm going to go for the Acid Spray. They're at very low health, so we may be able to pressure a shield. Acid Spray, we get the shield, they panic switch into Mandibuzz, and now we have a chance. The play here is we need to Acid Spray the Mandibuzz, farm down, and leave with a Dark Pulse to throw at the Escavalier. We're going for the Acid Spray, lowering their defense by 2 stages, and now we just have to hope that our Alolan Muck can survive and farm all the way down. They go for the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace just doing absolutely no damage to the Alolan Muck. They get to a move. Can we survive here? Aerial Ace, we barely hold on. We farm down on 1 HP, and we are able to leave with the Dark Pulse. So even with an Escavalier in the back, still able to get the job done and get the 5-0. Hopping into the next match. Oh, and something you love to see when you're running Triple Dark, a Ghost type. They're going to save switch into Drapion, and we are going to bring in Scrafty. Now, Scrafty does pretty well here. I do typically like to shield the first move because I often do have to expend a shield to maintain alignment. So I am going to shield up the first one. I find overall they're less likely to bait on the first one. That's just what I found from personal experience. That's why I will typically shield the first. And we are just going to be going straight Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch will be doing a nice chunk of damage over time as we keep boosting it up. Farming here, and in the Ultra League, Scrafty can actually survive 2 Sludge Bombs, so we don't have to shield this. It will get us low, but we do survive it, and now we leave boosted, and with the ability to get to a foul play. They bring in Shadow Machamp, but the thing is, a boosted foul play hurts Shadow Machamp a lot. That does big damage, and now we're going to bring in the Alolan Muck. We cannot have this Machamp on our Obstagoon. Going for the Acid Spray, we do get the shield. We should be able to survive any one move that they throw, and then I'm expecting the switch into the Trevenant, and we have Obstagoon, and the opponent resigns the match. So that is Triple Dark working at its absolute best. If they have a Ghost type, you can really pick and choose your alignment. So in that situation, since I found out they had a Machamp in the back, I was able to move the Trevenant from the Muck to the Obstagoon, and that way I was still able to get the alignment that I wanted and win the match. All right, next match here. Talonflame is a bit tough on the lead. We're able to land the Dark Pulse, which is nice. I shield up thinking that it's going to be the Brave Bird. It is not. We are going to be going for the Acid Spray. We should be able to force the shield, which is very nice. And here I'm actually going to commit the second shield because I was expecting the Brave Bird. They stay in and get farmed down, and we are able to win switch. They have a Scrafty of their own in the back, so I absolutely cannot switch out. My play is I have to go for the Acid Spray just to lower their defense and then align my own Scrafty with theirs after the Alolan Muck goes down. These Poison Jabs do add up even on Scrafty, and we're able to get it to half health. And now we bring in our own Scrafty, and with this big of a health disparity and the fact that their defense is 2 stages debuffed, we are sitting pretty here. We are just going to be able to farm down, and the fact that they're not switching out tells me they're probably weak to Scrafty in the back. We farm down. What do they have for me? And it's Greedent. You absolutely love to see it. So at this point, this game is over. We connect with the foul play, and now we can bring in the Obstagoon, and I am expecting the opponent to surrender any moment here. The opponent does go for the Body Slam, and it looks like the opponent is staying in. They are wanting to try and play it out, despite the fact that I have 2 counter users in the back, so we may as well have some fun with it. The opponent is staying in. We are going to be going for the Hyper Beam. They shield the Hyper Beam. That is unfortunate, but yeah. At this point, my opponent has absolutely no win con. Body Slam comes through. We're able to counter down, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Alolan Muck into Togekiss. So this is a pretty nice lead for us since we do have Poison Jab. The opponent save switches into Snorlax, and I'm going to bring in Scrafty. We are going to be going straight for the foul play. Unfortunately, Snorlax will more than likely be able to get to 2 moves, and if they're able to get to 2 superpowers, that should just about be taking out Scrafty. First superpower comes through. That does a solid chunk. And here, I may have been able to survive it, but I got a little worried and I shielded it up. And now we're down shields. And since we preserved health on our Scrafty, this Togekiss will be able to get farm. I'm going to be going for the foul play. And foul play, even though it's resisted, will do a bit of chip damage onto the Togekiss, which is always appreciated. We are going to bring in the Alolan Muck right away, and we are going to be going for the Acid Spray. In hindsight, since it was a non-Shadow Snorlax, I probably could have brought an Obstagoon, because I definitely could have survived a superpower, even though I take double super effective. And they have Scrafty in the back. This is absolutely horrendous, as I have Obstagoon, which is going to be taking double super effective damage. So definitely a misplay on my part. When they save swap the Snorlax, I should have brought in the Obstagoon. And because of that misplay, now I have a Scrafty lined up against my own Obstagoon. So at this point, this game is in effect over, as they're going to be able to ramp up the Scrafty. I am trying with the Poison Jabs here, still playing it out, hoping against hope that Alolan Muck can clutch, but we need to Acid Spray them to have a chance, and from here, the Togekiss is going to be too healthy. So they shield, we're able to farm down, but one Charm will be taking us out. Togekiss survives, and that is a good game. So definitely what I felt to be a winnable game, I just ended up misplaying it. All right, hopping in the next match, we have a fighter on the lead, and this is exactly where you want to see fighters on this team. We are going to be going straight for the acid spray to see if we can entice them into switching out. They stay in. They are taking a lot of damage, but you know what? I am okay with shielding here. They go for the Leaf Blade. So long as I can take out the Surfetched, then my back line should hopefully be pretty safe. I shield up the Brave Bird. They're going to switch, and they have their own Alolan Muck. I am going to be going for the Acid Spray, and now I'm going to bring in Obstagoon. And Obstagoon is nice because this prevents them from going for the Dark Pulse. They're forced to go for the Acid Spray. And the question is, do we go for the Beam here? This is a tough call. They do have 2 shields. They go for the Acid Spray. I farm up, and I'm going for the bait, hoping against hope that we can get the shield. And they call it. Oh, that is unfortunate. We are able to farm down, though, which is nice, and we leave with energy, so if they try and bring back in the low health Surfetched, we are going to be able to throw. Going for the Night Slash, but they bring in a Melmetal, and then they're able to snipe with the Surfetched. Very nice play. We're able to farm down with the Alolan Muck, trying to get there, and we're able to get to the Acid Spray. I'm hoping to get the shield here, but the opponent makes a nice read, and they actually call the Acid Spray. Now, this is tough. Melmetal will be able to get to 2 superpowers. Can Scrafty hold on? First superpower comes through. They've now lowered their attack, so the second one will be doing less damage. Second one coming through. Can Scrafty hold on here? Moment of truth. Scrafty holds on, counters down, and that is a good game. So Scrafty coming in clutch. And hopping into the next match against an XL Altaria. So some people are running some very fun stuff. Again, I'm thinking that my opponent may be expecting the Acid Spray. We're going to go straight Dark Pulse. We're able to land it. It's very nice, and that does a solid chunk of damage. I am a little worried about a Moonblast, so I am going to be shielding that up. They just bait with the Sky Attack, and I am going to be going for the Dark Pulse to see if we can secure the KO. And we do. The opponent, again, calling it. And they bring in an Empoleon. We are going to safe switch into the Obstagoon, and we bait out a Talonflame. And you guys already know what time it is. Flame Charge, that's fine, because we've got the Hyper Beam. Don't worry, it's just the Night Slash. You don't have to shield that. And we are able to vanquish the Talonflame. Back in comes the Empoleon. We are going to be going for the Night Slash. Night Slash, they actually take it, so they are trying to save their shields till the end. We're able to get to another Night Slash, and this will be taking them out if they decide not to shield. They do shield up, and here we bring in the Scrafty, and the opponent resigns the match. So all in all, some very fun sets with this Triple Dark team. I initially found the team because I battled against someone who was using it, thought it was a very cool team, and wanted to try it out. And honestly, the team worked really well for me. Typically, when I run like a theme team, like a Triple Dark, Triple Poison, something like that, I'm running it more for fun, but this team actually feels like it could be viable if you're looking to make a legend push. I would say probably the biggest tough spot for this team is probably Cresselia. Anytime you see Cresselia, it's a definite team effort to take out, but besides that, honestly, I just had a ton of fun with the team. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible, so thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.